Today I'm taking a look at a book that puts a new spin on Drunkard's Path. Hi, I'm Kim Jamison Hurst, and I'm actually taking a look at a book that's called A New Spin on Drunkard's Path by John Kubiniuk. And I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, John, but I gave it my best shot. So in this book, we're taking that traditional Drunkard's Path block and really changing it up and modernizing it with some really fun projects. So to start off in the book, he gives you information about whether you're using templates you bought or whether you've made your own templates, how to even make them to use in here, because you can make your own templates in all different sizes for a Drunkard's Path block. So it's nice that he includes that information in here. He also talks about tips for actually sewing those blocks together because they are curved pieced, which scares a lot of people. So he has step-by-step photos that shows you how he puts them together to get a good result, okay? Because that's what we're all looking for, right? But what I really thought was interesting in this book is the different block variations he covers, things I would never even thought about. And they make a really big difference in how this block looks in the different projects in the book. So he has ones that he calls a corner triangle variation. So you have your curved part and you're putting a little, what I call stitch and flip, little triangle on the corner there. And you can do this on the opposite corner and you get this type of a block. There's also different variations, a fan variation. So you can see, again, you've got these step-by-step photos, but you can see the result here. And when he actually does the two of them together, what it looks like. So he's building on these as he goes along. So he has kind of the simpler version at the beginning, I guess, and then he continues on and shows you what else you can do to make these blocks really fun and interesting. So I really like those ideas in here. Gives you a lot more inspiration for what you can do in addition to even the photos, the quilts he puts in this book. Well, there's photos too, but the quilts he puts in this book. I'm also going to take a look at some of the border options because there's some really interesting border options that he uses in his projects. But of course, we want to get to those projects, right? So the first one here is called Bow Ties. Really cute, really fun. I could see this in 30s reproduction fabrics for sure. He has some different colorways here as well to give you an idea of what they could look like if you change things up a little bit. These remind me of like orange peel in here, right? But they're all pieced. I would look at this and say, oh, it's applique, but no, this is all pieced. Then he has another one called Beach Balls. I'm a real sucker for circles in quilts. I think they're really cute. Again, not terribly difficult, but gives a really interesting effect by the strip piecing he does in those little beach balls. This one's called Test Pattern, and I just thought that the name was quite funny because you have to be a certain age to appreciate what this refers to, but it definitely reminds you of the test pattern you used to see on the TV when they went off the air or before they came on in the morning. Again, he's giving you these different color options, which is always appreciated. And again, all this step-by-step diagrams to help you along the way. I'm going to skip this little guy right here because I can't show you everything in the book. There's so much in here. But I thought this was interesting too, this abstract. So you've got these pieced, curved blocks. So these are some of the blocks he showed you how to make at the front of the book, and now he's put them into this project, which is really quite fun. I think this is just really different and very modern looking, I think. The quilting is like echoing. You can see what we call ghost quilting in the background. So that's really cool as well. Again, the different color options. Really appreciate it when authors give you other options because sometimes it's hard for people to think of them in any other colors than what they see the quilt made in the book. I talked about some of these border options he talks about, and you see that here with this checkerboard. So you've got the curves going on here. It's not a curve at the edge, like you'll often see, but the curve is happening in the border here. And I think this is really interesting as well. Again, we got some circles in there, like I like, and this is just a really fun quilt as well. Then building on that border with a little bit more to it as well, you've got Peacock Alley. This is just a stunning quilt, actually, with this beautiful fabric in the center of it here. And you've got the different curved blocks here, but you've also got additional things going on in the border here. So this is just a really stunning quilt, and I love the different border options. You can even see here where he's changing up some of the curved piecing in there to give even more emphasis to that element in the quilt. So lots of different ideas for what you can put in the center as well. So lots of fun ideas in here. As I mentioned, those blocks at the front, I would never have thought of doing that with the Drunkard's Path block. So I think that was really interesting, seeing all the different options that he did with those blocks in the different projects. They're really stunning, and it gives me ideas for how I can take some of those blocks that he showed me how to make and even use them in different projects as well. So if you love a traditional block with a new modern spin on it, I would recommend you take a look at A New Spin on Drunkard's Path. Be sure to check the description below because I've got a link there so you can get more information about the book and maybe even get your own copy. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps to put it in front of other viewers just like you. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. And before you go, check out these other videos I've included just for you. For more helpful quilting information, go to www.chatterboxquilts.com.